As a teenager in the 1970s, one of my hobbies was electronics. Back then, my father had subscription to magazines such as Practical Electronics and Wireless World, and this was in England. So going through these magazines, I learnt a lot of electronics, both using transistors and valves. Trying to build circuits with the few components I had, sometimes having to adapt them. Then in the mid to late 70s, digital logic started becoming available and some of the early microprocessors. Then I went to university in London and studied computer science. So I brought those problem-solving techniques into my computer science course and learnt how to program in a number of environments, IBM 370, Control Data 6400, and then later on, towards the end of the 70s, we also had things like CPM computers on our desk, which we could use to program things. In the 80s, I became a member of staff for the computer center at the university, working on electronics and software, including communication software, hardware to drive plotters and printers, and things like that. In the early 80s, the IBM PC started becoming available. By that time, I'd written a C compiler for the CDC mainframe, and I was able to port the compiler's back end to generate assembler code which could be cross-compiled and downloaded onto an 8086. And this is all in the early 80s. In the early 90s, I started doing more computer security stuff, and in 94, I was asked to come and work in the United States on some of the early network firewall projects. So for the last 30 years, I've been mostly working on computer security software development. Back in 2012, I picked up my son from his summer camp and was able to go to the Moog factory in Asheville, North Carolina. This rekindled my electronics hobby, and then for the last 12 years, I've been having a lot of fun doing hardware and software projects related to music and supporting the Bob Moog Foundation. In the last few years, I've also started supporting the Alan R. Perlman Foundation, who did the ARP synthesizer lines.